What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, I will be reviewing and recapping Black Ink Cruise Chicago 9 Mag. The season 3 finale. Ain't the season 3, whatever. I'll put in the caption, whatever, y'all. Sorry, y'all. It's almost 3 o'clock. This video's a little later than what I was. So if I see y'all start yawning, I'm just warning y'all, might be a little contagious. But let's get into it. Oh, by the way, let me slide on over here. Sorry, I'm knocking that a little bit. I already got, like I said in my last video, I had talked, kind of paraphrase a comment that was left on. I think the lady was named Khadijah Charles. And I just wanted to point out, well, first, I want to talk about, I'll get to this Instagram post, people kind of telling somewhat what was going on. But when I say those again, at the beginning of the episode, Don has a ceremony, and they're actually on this boat, and they're going actually, to, lift up balloons in the sky on the same river that she, committed suicide. So those again to Don and his family. It was, to me, I started tear-jerking. At first, I didn't see Cobra. Everybody was there. Eventually, even Ryan got there, and he even talked to Don on the side. Because, he can understand about losing his sister, unfortunately, the tragedy of that sick, evil-ass person that killed his sister and his niece, And so, he understands about losing a sister. But he put it aside, put all the BS aside and just decided to talk to them on his own. And at first, I've seen everybody there out of, the Black Ink Crew, whatever, except Cobra. And at first, I felt like, out of all people, even though Cobra seemed like she's want to get out of her contract. I don't know what the hell was going on. Throughout this episode, y'all, she appeared. This is long she appeared. You see her. Then it's like an editing thing. Then she pops up. She popped up at the lake house. We'll get to that in the middle. And then you see her towards 1 second near the barbecue. Maybe she was hungry. Then we seen her towards the end, but we never see her had an input. The most talking that actually she had or said anything was the confessionals, and she goes to hug Don and say to be there for her, and because he, vented her, when she was venting about her mental issues, and Don was telling her, being there for her, and he understands, and was, want to be there for her as a friend, consider what she was going through, and kind of, he was the one who diffused the bullshit with, or Dragon Lily and Charmaine and Danielle, and kind of to stop, where they kind of was just picking on her basically, or making things, taking it out of, like still had a problem with her even after she thought she paid, we already know, like basically even though she paid when she lost something, they still kept bringing it up or say like she's a problem losing. We already know what Lily's ass did, okay? But anyways, so they have a celebration, and it was kind of sad still to watch, whatever. And they have a God, like I said, God rest, God rest, Lady, so she's up there resting in heaven. So they are at the shop. You see everybody. We can understand that Don's not there, but where is Cobra? Cobra's not there. And by the way, we already knew, if you looked at the information, that mostly Cat was not going to be. Now, if you looked on Instagram, Cat and even Meek was there. So he obviously didn't take the 6 months or whatever, or got reduced, whatever, because he was just last week on Instagram Live, because Cat, I don't know if they were at Charmaine's in Meek's place or somewhere else, but Van was there with Jen. I couldn't see the other dudes out on there, but they were making, her and Charmaine were making buffalo dip or something. And they were about to watch last week's episode. And then because she was like back home visiting. And then she goes back to LA, and a lot of things she'll show, like when she's in Chicago, I'm just visiting, and in LA. So obviously she moved back to LA anyway. And before we get any more of this, when they're just talking, whatever, before Ryan gets in here, this is Ryan's own work. Somebody was posted on the Shade Room. So I was like, I'm sure it was more than a kiss though. And them tears were crying and sobbing, and that sobbing wasn't okay, and she was crying and sobbing wasn't her, and the fact that she lost her, she thought she lost her friend before you got intimate with each other. She was single, you should be happy or entertained. No, here go Ryan, you know how you talking. No, I'm cool. Throw the whole show away. I quit anyway. You've been trying to quit since, they were Mexico and they put some damn shellfish on his steak. shit, even before, Cat came and said something. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that space ain't mine. Here go Ryan. That space ain't mine. Production pays for our shit when we film. TV luxury. So they don't work for me. They all work for Big Fish Entertainment. So we see that big ass fish at the end, the little logo and stuff production, okay? I'm just on the show with them people. That's not my mag no mo. It's a set and a cast of a black ink crew, and he has a cool smiley emoji. I don't want to fire anyone. They never really worked for Ryan. Third person. Everyone is their own self-made boss. And then he says update. First they said update. Ryan claims he was drunk when he typed in the comments. But Ryan, which is the highlighted comment under there, because like I said, I also follow him. He said 3 days ago, laugh out loud. I was not drunk. I be drunk, but I be tired of these MFs sometimes. I'm still not quitting my own show. Is it your own show, bruh? Is it your own show? I know the logo 9mag, and maybe he has. So where's the real 9mag then? But he's like, I'm still not quitting my own show that I started. They're going to have to vote me off the island. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. That's his own words. And he claimed he was drunk, he just tired. But remember, he been trying to on and off quit, or he trying to make hits that he been trying to want to quit ever since the Cat thing happening. And then he was talking about him making his hood rat commentary when he was talking about, I think that event that had Chance the Rapper, a couple other folks there, and he was not there, and I think it was President Obama. He's still not. But you know what I mean, at the event, and he was venting then. So he decides that, you know what, let's everybody get away. When he's at it, you see everybody there, and he has this look. I realized ever since Ryan started getting that damn curly ass damn hairstyle, he hasn't even been smiling or anything. Shit. When he first put the episode, he was kind of awkward, but also just having sympathizing, unfortunately, what happened to his sister as well, and to his niece. But at the same time, even though he was unique, his own person, whatever, he still, personally, me, the first season was pretty cool. Okay? Make some dope ass tats. By the way, why wasn't no damn tats? Did we get it? Oh yeah, we got two of the men, Trevor Miles Sprout and the other man who lost his son. But there was no tats in this episode. And if you go forward page, he's more so promoting, him and Nikki, they still together, and more promotions about his, I guess his, he's still an artist, and you don't really see too many tats. I think I see more on Vans and I've seen on Ryan's than his. What I do know is, of course, Ryan has 9mag in his intro. And I never paid attention to that, of course, because he's considered boss in this trademark of his company, at least the name, and maybe it's buildings, whatever. But the assistants, Four got assistant, but it ain't Don, because I know Don is supposed to be Piercer now. So, but I don't know. It just kind of explains, like, they seem like, I understand their own bosses or whatever, but that explains. But he just kind of just told everything. So I don't know. Like I said, the show is coming back. The fact that Ryan just told exactly that this show is fake and nobody is together. So did 9mag ever started? Or was it true that it was supposed to start and he, took off with the name and Charmaine didn't? Are these just people just actors? Because I heard rumors also too, or some people said when they tried to get a tattoo and it was passed when production filming, they can never catch these people. And then, or nobody's at the shop or it's closed or something. First thing, because of course they're going to be busy. And of course, because of the talents that they had, that they were going to be booked. But not to the point where you're not going to be at your own stop ship still, or at least have other tattoo artists that's good, while maybe one of y'all is on the road or whatever, or get this client here or whatever, So, yeah. But anyway, he decides to do this lake, he decided everybody go to this lake house, and people are kind of already looking like, oh, shit, we going to do lake house again? Okay, whatever. So, they all go to meet up. But before they go to meet up, again, Lily and Junior have the same scene they've been having damn near half since season or whatever. Again, they get into it, they fight, they fuck a secret fuck that we don't know about. Then he accepts her apology, and again it goes back and forth. Then he gets mad, then she get mad, then she says I'm sorry, and please excuse my bit. I'm just because I went through a lot. I mean, not to say that it's sad because her father was killed in the circumstances, but she's like kind of justifying, unfortunately, the grief and stuff, the loss that she had for what happened to her father, and like I said, she can't see her sisters and little sisters stuff like, which is sad. And because of delicacy of the seriousness of the situation, the cartel could be, and still could put more family at risk that is down there still living in Mexico. But she again was like, first she was like, okay, basically like, what do you want? But he didn't have to come. He didn't have to let her use her car last episode either. And she's like, well, you don't want to come. Well, I just want to tell you I'm sorry, and because I lost my dad. She's also saying confessionals because she keeps people away. Well, maybe that's why she feels comfortable where she doesn't feel well, she has this open close policy because she gets real jealous if she thinks even Junior could be waving at a girl, but she's allowed or try to justify, well, that's enough to say he's cheating, so let me go ahead and cheat, or let me bring in the guy that I cheated with in Junior. We're supposed to be okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So she wants like an open and closed situationship type of thing, but she just pushed people away. So Junior feels again like, oh, okay, well, that's enough right there. So I think I was put in her life to help her, with what's going on. But it's like really also too, it really can. She probably does need counseling and to talk to somebody, okay? But let's fast forward. They're getting ready to go to the lake house. We don't really see Kat until like maybe the mid or towards really the end of the episode or season finale or possible series finale. We don't know, okay? But everybody's waiting. I know it's Danielle. I could have sworn her man wasn't there. But I think Meek was there. But like I said, they just focused on the 9-man actors. Like I said, we did not see Cobra again. Where's Cobra? Still wasn't there, right? They were waiting for Ryan to come. John tried to face him. I think a couple people are facing him. They waited for 3 hours, like in this parking lot. Still didn't come. So they're like, what, sir? We about to go up in here. Obviously, he ain't trying to come. We tried contacting him, sending smoke signals and shit. And he's still not even, the can or whatever. We go, we put the care in the other person. We tried every damn thing, and he still has not responded. So they're like, we're gonna go ahead and go to this lake house and actually probably VH1 Bayfo, but whatever. So let's go. And I know they were making jokes prior to also too before they went class. They're like, well, I hope we get a repeat. And Charmaine was like, Ryan better make sure he keep his head, shoulder, knees, and toes, and dick in his clothes and stuff away from and tongue too away from Kat. So all right, they end up going there. It's a nice, lovely place, blah 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 blah. Ben is like, since he couldn't go because he's probation, to Mexico, nothing like that. He just like, he just was acting like just jumping around. And Jen said like, he's 40 going on 14. I didn't know that he was 40. I mean, that's technically not to a certain point, but once most people, how we told once we get to 30, whatever, they like it because the 20s is. Again, some people think like, oh Lord, we get senior citizens discounts already. Lord, let me tell you kids about the days when I was young and shit. David just but anyways, they are everybody happy, blah blah blah. You still see Cobra. And I think Cobra does pop up again. It's like edited. It's like a magic trick. And it's like, you can see her. She's tall as hell. She's beaten up. She's, full, you would say full pictures, depends on some women thing, she's a little bit extra, but I'm just saying you can see her. Ain't no way you can't see her, but somehow she pop up and then she don't come back again. I guess Carol was like, fuck this shit. So anyway, well, she already knew with the fact where Kat come, maybe because of knowing the possibility of tension, maybe she was just like, I'm done and over it. Also, before they went on a trip, Cobra was not there neither. Lily, Danielle and Charmaine first are talking. And they were talking about the kiss or whatever they had. Danielle, she first said Kat, they were bringing up that 4 had her, was kid, they were showing kids, and they said Danielle. And they said, of course they were talking about Ryan was showing her come out the bathroom, and they made sure to show that clip. They said the dick is out, my dick is out. Oh well. and she's coming out with a tub. So they again played that clip to confirm that they were doing something sexual in the bathroom. Okay, so I was thinking like Danielle Deltra said, "Oh, it was just a kiss," or she had gotten me, or just caught me, or whatever. And I'm just like, it was a kiss, or was it more than that? But Lily and Kat come there, and they claim like they just kissed, but it was nothing more than that, even though they left with each other. And Kat was not trying to be with her cat, so they claimed they didn't come scissors that night, scissor sisters that night, and and that Charmaine, but Charmaine said she would have known they'd seen them kissing, that would have turned her on a little bit, her and Meek or whatever, a little bit, I'm like, okay, Charmaine, whatever. But all of a sudden, Charmaine, they were talking about, like I said, Lily was trying to entice, get it all, all moist and whatever, with, trying to say, I guess, a cat or something. I don't know what the heck, because they were blurring out half of what they damn was saying. And all of a sudden, Kat was like, I was not interested. All we did was kiss. Okay. But, but all of a sudden, y'all, Charmaine was saying something. They got the conversation like, I'm interested. They were talking about, are you interested, stuff like that or whatever. I guess, body fluids, some of the sexual organs. She's like, I don't even like pre-cum, I think she said. And, so I guess about does she swallow or not. And here she's like, no, I don't. That I don't like pre-cums or swallow. And here go Kat go say like, well, that's why he didn't try to be jokingly. That's why he didn't accept the engagement. No, I don't think. Regardless, she already said she was warming him, making sure she's taking him care down there anyway. And like I said, he feels more comfortable. And also that was an awkward ass time. It wasn't the right place. She was drunk as hell, whatever, and every damn thing else. So he probably, maybe, who knows, would have taken that even better, or might have even said yes, or who knows, if maybe they were by themselves or whatever. Maybe he would have felt like, oh, okay, who knows? But it was just too much going on at that time. So, let's go fast forward to Lake House. Everybody have a good time, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, they like this another additional several hours went past by later. Another additional 3 hours, they went there or whatever. They ended Wisconsin or something like that. And Van decided, since they have not still heard from Ryan or anything else, like I said, 3 or 4 more hours, they said several hours went past by. Here go Van. You know what? We're missing Katrina. You know what? Let me go ahead and invite her. So he said, you know what? Ryan ain't gonna be here. So you just come on in. So, come there. She said she'll be there in the morning. Then all of a sudden, it seemed like on cue, here comes Ryan and Rachel. Rachel already looking like, I can't stand these motherfuckers any darn way. Even the first season, even despite the circumstances, Rachel seemed like she was cooler when her and Ryan were just like co-parenting and shit still and whatever. But, But, so, they're like old stuff. And here go four, they all, Don and Van are up there, working out and stuff. So Ryan went to go see them, whatever. And what was the one? Was it Van or Don? Like, I forgot which one, or was it for one of the three? Was like this: 1,000, 2,035, 3,046. And then they're talking, and all of a sudden, I think Drew, all the guys go to him. Here go 4 again. Now he decides. Now Charmaine already told like Nikki, and I think Danielle, I'm gonna let my girl know in advance what she's walking in, so she has a choice whether you want to come here or not, since Ryan did come here. But guess who had to tell Brian before, because they were all, before, Ryan was on somewhere on the other side of the room, whatever, or one of the rooms, and, all the guys were like, I don't know, we should say anything. But guess what? Four was like this, I can, excuse me, let me go tell what's going on. Let me tell it. And he like this, just like he did the last damn time. Excuse me, I just wanted you let. And they all like, what? The guy's like, what the hell? Well, the non-mad guys, not like Meek. I think Meek was the only one there, because like I said, I don't think I've seen Terrell, whatever Daniel's man is, whatever name is. But he like, I just wanted to tell you that Van invited Kat, and Ryan already felt some type of way, so he got mad. And he already said, you know what? I know y'all gonna be biased, but y'all ain't fucking with me. To fuck y'all, but blah 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 blah. And him, Junior's like, what the heck are you talking about? Junior been rocking with Ryan, especially he felt like, one of the strongest people that rock with Ryan. And they get in an argument, and Ryan is like near, like Junior, like, no, well, fuck you, blah blah blah, and it cuts really the commercial break. But they don't get in an argument. It's just like they got close, and he got hit, but they didn't get into a physical altercation, whatever, right? But he just felt some kind of mad, like, Ryan feels some type of way, but basically Ryan is being like an asshole, whatever, towards the Cat situation, or acting like, y'all choosing Cat, or how dare you choose Cat, whatever. So, anyways, Cat comes up there, and I was like, did Charmaine tell her? Did somebody tell this girl? Because, production might have maybe not my total, that they are there. So, Ryan, like I said, Ryan's cooking or like cleaning off the grill, and he's telling Rachel. He already told Rachel these girls already prepared. But Charmaine did say that they were there, and Kat was like, they might as well get this overhead and get it set up. So she's all talking. Everybody was kind of mostly was like chilled or whatever. Even now Nikki wasn't even like, I don't feel like, trying to throw my hands over this time, whatever. When they're there, she says hi to everybody, blah, 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 mostly in general, besides Brian and Rachel, because, Rachel just looking like this. So, I think they did somewhat of a toast, and again, they were doing condolences, I think, to Don's, sister. But they were also talking about film. I think Don started to whoever, and then Kat decided to say something about, the family, how they brought it up. And that's what Kat was also saying, too. She was the one who helped the shop, brought it up and every damn thing. But here's the whole thing. And this when Rachel decided to finally dig her view and finally say something. And I don't know if she was quiet because, like quiet the other time. Now, Kat was sitting right next to her. She didn't even throw what was in the red cup on her, whatever, just bopped it on top of her damn forehead or nothing, whatever. I don't know why. She just, didn't say bitch, didn't even, thump at the head, nothing. But she wanted her, and Ryan was about to try to throw hands on fucking production. And he got a fucking cast off, but wanted to fucking throw hands, So, but, he was going to swing with that good armor shit, I guess. But so, she, all of a sudden, when she was talking about, not make how, Kat was talking about, for ground up, and we built this together. And if Files Feather, she like this. Y'all didn't do it. He did. I don't know what you keep saying that for. Ryan was the one who brought the idea. And, even Van was like, so you trying to say you brought up things simple? Like I said, I don't like I said, confused. At least what Ryan said, whatever. I don't know if it even was a 9 mag, or is it just production, or they were just 4 people who came up together. But they sometimes occasionally work together or not. But they work in, one got a different shop here, one got this own place, one works, where they travel. I don't know. So all of a sudden she's like, well, Ryan was the one who came with the concept and all this stuff, Rachel, their concept, because she be sounding like this. They already wanted some hookah or electric, cigarettes, whatever. But she's just like, and he the one that came up with the concept and stuff. So y'all need to stop saying that. But also in the first season, Ryan was feeling some type of way because he has an anxiety because of losing his sister. Wasn't he the same one who was mad because Kat was doing her own thing? He was mad possibly about losing 4 because 4 didn't know he was going to have to put up Tat inside, whatever. Then the possibility of Van, being in jail, possibly being there for incarcerated for some years and stuff. So Ryan was the one, whether this is production or not, that was said losing a friend, and we family bond from the bottom. So this is what the fuck he even said. But you're saying now that it's Ryan's thing, and nobody brought it up really except him. And I guess she even feels more type of way, also because it's a Kat situation, blah blah blah. But she seems more mad at Kat than it is Ryan. Sorry, this might be a little bit longer, whatever this last episode. I'm just letting y'all know. So, then Kat again decided, well, you know what, since you're gonna be like that, well, let me tell like right now, if I didn't leave for LA or something like that, what position would we still be in? As far as she was trying to tell Rachel, we still been fooling around. Again, I would believe that something went down between them, but why all these, we've been hearing about, I got the text messages. Girl, she should have just run the fucking projector, somebody bring from VH1, and got a projector, been like this. Here, see here, use a fucking PowerPoint. Here, on slide number 4, He said he loved me and had 5 hearts and stuff like that. Eating my, she ain't got, I love you, whatever. I just visited the kids, every Sunday. It's you and me. We can do this. They never been brought up. So, but she didn't bring up the text messages this time. But she just let it know, like, well, Ryan, you were the one who, you were trying to pursue me. Now, she didn't go as graphic as she did when she confronted him an episode beforehand, okay? But here go Rachel. Okay, Becky. And I'm like, Rachel, is that all you got? And it's kind of like more so saying, like, Kat was the only fault. Yes, she took her chances of bringing it up to the show. And, bringing it up and taking those chances and bringing it up because he didn't choose or he decided to go back to Rachel, whether it's meant to be or not, or this might. And I'm not trying to put up in the air, but that's the chances because, like I said, it's not just Kat. It's just one couple girls out the window. So if he ain't ready to commit and he's not still to a certain point, like completely with accountability, yeah, he did something like to a certain degree, but Kat is trying to make it seem like he put it in her head, like to a certain degree that, he may get back with Rachel, may not. So Kat already put in situations already, unfortunately, you're messing with somebody you're doing business with. Y'all in the same business. And a chance where somebody's kind of putting you in a position like, oh, well, somebody there, but you don't know, for sure hand or something like that. Maybe going back to this person or whatever. And, they were thinking about getting back. Even the fact that he thought about it, she should have just kind of left it alone. But it is what it is. And she's in a position, that's the risk, unfortunately, you take when you sometimes cross over to friends and best friends, especially when he's in the position to get back with Rachel. But like I said, hopefully he does get himself get mature. If he's going to do it. Because if you're just going to marry for the sake of the kids, / because, y'all have history together, whatever. But whatever, Kat could just need to just move on and work on herself. Give her Kat, a rest or whatever, or at least her lips, shit. Don't be kissing everybody. She do get mono. So anyway, and then, just doing all this stuff and just get herself together. I mean, she's mad talented and stuff. So go ahead, girl. You be straight. So anyways, they're talking, she's Becky, she confessionals, and again, when Rachel called Kat Becky, she's like basically saying, she been kissing, she been with a couple of other guys, and a couple of girls, but like I said, Ryan, you should be mad at anything because, she put on blast that, yeah, she might have been with all these niggas and stuff, but Ryan's dick was there and his mouth on several occasions. I mean, he been making contact with her pearl tongue for quite the whole summer, didn't she? So didn't he? So the heck, like I said, the way she's acting is if she, as if it was her and not him. She's so quick with it. And then Kat was like, start with her and it said something, but not really that. But she said in a confessional, she bitch when she said that comment, but she didn't say it to her. And then here go Rachel was like, well, you're just trying to be relevant. She relevant, trying to make her something, but make it seem like she's trying to story. Kat was like, I don't need you for a storyline and stuff like that. And a little bit also, Rachel didn't really say too much afterwards. Anyway, she just had like this look like, how Rachel looks, and he's even worse ever since, like I said, this season, whatever, But so it got to the point that even Charmaine felt some type of way. She even started crying, like, the way you treat us, Ryan, you on some other stuff. The way you treat us is not the same anymore, blah, 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 and she started crying. And, because of the situation, they felt, because how he's telling basically, like, because he's like, it's either her or me. And, they just mad, like, why this just can't work or whatever. But it's not going to work, especially since he's trying to make it work it back with Rachel. Rachel feels that Kat is the problem, not both of them together, okay? She's looking as Kat is the only thought. But both her Ryan were both going to be looking for a certain angle, depending especially if she knew that Rachel was back in the picture. It's Christmas, y'all. It's Santa. It's two ho-ho-hos, okay? That's pretty much what happened. So, but it is. But like I said, she kind of was more so coming towards Kat than she was Ryan. Like I said, Ryan still probably need to wash him off his mouth, okay? Breath smelling like a coochie perfume, okay? That's what I'm saying. So, after that, Kat was like, you know what, she just walked out the room kind of a little bit after that. and or of course Charmaine and Danielle. Like I said, Cobra's probably smoking some weed in a damn car or something like that, and taking down a couple because drink down. I forgot where there was a couple more people have walked with her, but they was so. Then all of a sudden, Ryan gonna come and stick his head in the door like, "Can I talk to you outside for a second?" And he was like, any of y'all can come. I just wanted to get this out this way. And Charmaine Danielle's like, "No, she does need to talk to you." So basically, Ryan was kind of more calm, and he was just like he didn't wish, despite what had happened, and what happened. He hated that it did come down to this or whatever. But the fact is, it's uncomfortable. The circumstances that they're in and blah blah blah. He didn't want it to come down to this. And Cass, like, I understand you're not gonna pay, but she's crying so much that there you see you see a roll of the best fluffy quilt, double roll tissue um on the patio table. And she basically said, "No, you're gonna not claim that it was nothing, and kind of just act like this didn't happen or be accountable to a certain degree, whatever, But there was talk, but they just got to the point to agree, like took chances. But Ryan's like, it's never going to be the same again, and that's the chances that we took, unfortunately, because of this one mistake. Cass like some mistake, and he agreed. But it was more mistakes, whatever. But she said when she was gone for the 6 months though, before they even got sexually involved, she's like, I could still come to you as a friend and stuff. I was going to. She was crying so much that she sounded like, it sounded like a cross between you're quivering and hiccuping at the same time. But she was crying so much. But the real reality is, it's never going to be the same. And especially, like I said, with Rachel right there, unless she was like, okay, y'all can be around each other, whatever. I trust you, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, it's more so her problem is with Kat than anything else, okay? Hopefully there'll be nothing else in the blog. I'm just saying, I'm just going by absorbing his behavior as well, okay? But it came to mutual agreement, but she was like, for 5 years went down the drain. But truth be told, he said that's the chance they took. It's just the fact, it's the chance to take a risk that you sometimes lose a friendship or a fold if y'all get saved. Some people, they were sexually involved, dated or whatever. And some rare cases, some people be married, divorced, still be friends. Like, now his parents, after all the heck they do, they're cool, whatever, and they would sit right next to each other, the same side of the booth, and every damn thing. Okay? So, but in his case, it's like that's chance, but it's also more risky chances, especially since he was going back to quote unquote his child's mother and his ex on top of that. So, putting you, in Scissors the Weekend situation, okay? And so she just agreed, she's just gonna bow out, she's not gonna go back to Nine Mag and realize she just has to move on. Brian just kind of, okay, just kind of walked off, and he just had that look on his face. Not just kind of complete looking down. He told Rachel, I think, that she was about to leave, whatever, and if Rachel had anything else to say, didn't say nothing else. She hugged, everybody, but she was like, this is her family, and she did miss, going to miss it, but she realized she has to move on. It cannot no longer be the pair. It's never going to be the same. And they kind of at least agreed, a mutual agreement where it wasn't like, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, this, blah, blah, blah. It kind of ended at least that they talk, even though he ain't, if you notice, it ain't like, I remember, y'all, did he ever apologize the fact that he led her on or whatever, or she felt led her on? But it just seemed like, but unfortunately, as I had said, the reality is it's not going to be the same. And he almost lost his family for what he did, but like, you also carried out a lie. So are you accepting all accountability for what you did and the other, whatever, or the females that, kind of also unfortunately led you to a heart attack, unfortunately, but it's just that, was anybody even really talking to Rachel? Okay, Ashley at first was, but was anybody really sitting there really talking to Rachel afterwards, or they kind of just cut that scene very quickly and focus on Kat leaving? Kat, after she said that, she got pretty much almost everybody, because when Rachel first got there, Ashley, was going to the door, was talking to her especially, but nobody else. Pretty much, like I said, it kind of, especially probably with Rachel in that statement, it kind of looking like Kat is the problem, and like Brian is his own boss, and y'all just whatever to a certain extent. Yeah. So, okay, Rachel, we'll see from there. There are already some people thinking like you came back in the picture because your business didn't work too well. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking like maybe she is trying again, because thinking since they got older and he promised to get some, but at the same time is he didn't. He went back on his prize. He's still doing the same shit, unfortunately, he did when y'all was teenagers. And I don't know how long she was with him in his 20s, whatever. He hasn't grown up, you know. So, you know, just don't, you know, if unfortunately, you know, I'm not gonna put that in the air. But anyway, they ended with my, you know, showing back clips where, you know, could it be, you know, from the way we were? Yeah, Barbara Streisand. That's pretty much damn near what we kind of have gotten as far as seeing scenes in her, you know, and backseat kind of saying, realizing that she, you know, watch out, Ryan here, Henry. I'm just gonna get myself together, blah blah. And that's pretty much how it ended. But anyways, y'all, that is in for this season. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to end in terms of the terms now. Are they going to come back since Ryan just put all blast how fake it is, considering he's the main person on the show? You know, one of the main person on the show. Like I said, he wasn't half-assed there for 4 whole weeks, which you had to be reminded as well. And really hasn't been really there, which makes him more guilty. You know, just like him and Rachel, supposedly they weren't even there, and the reason why I'm late, okay, you got babysitting problems, all this stuff, but you couldn't even leave a text and say, okay, I'll meet y'all there, blah blah blah, and he just pops up and shows up like, you know, almost half the day has been gone. But anyway, y'all, it is over with. So well, I'll see you in the next video, and you know, go ahead, like the video, and you know, subscribe. You know, subscribe already. But anyway, y'all, hugs and loves. I'll see y'all next one. I is tired, and I'm gonna go to bed. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good night, good weekend, good evening, blah 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 blah.